Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, Classic Last Known Classics. This is episode number 2337 and Doubleshot number 2231. I got two trades that are stuff from Jack the King Kirby. First up is the stuff that was turned into the movie that came out in 2021. I still haven't seen the movie yet for this. We have The Eternals by Jack Kirby, the complete collection. And what I mean by complete collection, it's the entire original volume for the Eternals, along with their only annual this series ever published. And you might be curious though, did Jack Kirby draw that book? Yes, he did. Mostly put basically throughout these issues we get used to the various members of the Eternals. Like the first issue, obviously we get used to Icarus. Yeah. He's introduced just in the opening issue of the series. There is the character Ajax, introduced in issue number 2. Cersei is introduced actually in issue of Strange Tales first, then Cersei, which is kind of weird. But, yeah, she's introduced by Jack Kirby in issue number 3. Makari is introduced in issue number 5, but he appeared a couple times before that. He's actually an older Eternal. Yes. There is Thena, who in the movie is played by Angelina Jolie. She first appeared in issue number 5. Zorus, who, get this, he is Thanos' uncle. Yep, Thanos' uncle. He made a first appearance, also issue 5 as well. There is Sprite, who is like the world's oldest boy. He made his first appearance in issue number 9. There is Drug, issue number 11. Yeah, basically it's only Icarus. It just introduced in issue number 1. Yeah, and then there's also Margot and Daniel Damon. Daniel Damon is Margot's father. They're both currently deceased. And of course, we have the first appearance of the Deviants. Yes, the longtime enemies of the Eternals. The Eternals are, simply put, basically Marvel's version of New Gods. That's mostly put exactly what these people are. This is Jack Kirby, taking the concept of New Gods, give it to Marvel Comics, and they try to do something with it. Like, in the case of New Gods, it's still been successful over these years. Like, there's some comic books, featuring live action, The Eternals. Until the movie came out, virtually nothing done with these characters. It's like Marvel just didn't really care. Of course, Ajax I mentioned, first appeared in issue number 2. Like, each issue we're introduced to a brand new member of the Eternals. Like, 3, Cersei. 4, nobody. Well, we do have first appearance of Gelman the Gatherer. Yes, he was one of the Celestials. Yep, the Celestials. I believe they also make the first appearance issue number 1 of this book. Yep, they do. The Celestials. If you don't know what these people are, they are a group of giant robots who created the Eternals. Yep. In issue number 5, first appearance of Damo, Makari, Thena, Zerus. Issue number 6. Let's see. We did first appearance of a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent who only appears like one at a time after this, and that was it for him. There's also Agent Stevenson. Yeah, S.H.I.E.L.D. is loosely involved with Eternals, mostly, and of course, only here for just a couple issues. Issue number 7. Just focus on Ajax. We had the first appearance of 2 more Celestials. We have Jeremiah, the Analyzer, Tufo the Surveyor, and the one above all, more Celestials. Yep. In issue number 8, we have first appearance of Ransik the Reject, who actually, I think that Karen Gillan did a little bit of stuff with him in the most recent book of the series. Yes, he actually was featured in a couple issues of the book. Also, first appearance of Karkos the Kind. He is part of the Deviants. Issue number 9, Sprite, and Shelmir, another one of the Deviants. We're introduced to several more Celestials. Urson the Searcher, Nizar the Calculator, Anka the Prober, Hargon the Measurer. Yeah, these are a lot of Celestials. Yeah. Then in issue number 11, we used a few more Eternals. We have King Sidon. I think he's like, look at him, he looks like he's probably their version of Karnak from the Humans. There is Zaran. He actually is one who actually appeared like one at a time after this appearance. And that was issue of Avengers, and that was it for him. Also, Drung. And Agnor, this is technically his first appearance. And he actually got killed off in the most recent volume of the book. First appearance, the Delphin Brothers. In issue 12, we had the first appearance of Yunmine. This creature who's been associated with the Eternals since this very book. And of course, he played a role in the most recent book that came out for them. Played a role in Judgment Day. We also first appearance of Gilgamesh, aka the Forgotten One, Terry Parker, and Matt Dugan. Terry Parker, if you're curious though, is he related to Peter Parker? No. He and Matt Dugan only appear for this one issue. Yeah, and this is the 13th first appearance of Gilgamesh. Yep. And then we have, supposed to have the Hulk, but it's actually the Cosmic Hulk. Yep. Jack Kirby created this version. And he's dead. Yeah, he got killed by, I believe it was Red Hulk. Timothy Ryan, who only appeared like a couple issues. There's also appearance of Rusty and Arthur, these are minor characters in the book. Okay, age 15. Any like new characters to that one? Yes, there's a few. There's Harry Conant. Harry Cricket, he only appears as a sole issue. Melly McCoy. Truman Schwartz, Waller Reasoner, and that's it. And in issue number 16, first appearance of a character named Dorem, who's another one of the Deviants. We also have first appearance of Neutreza Helmet. Yes. Which this helmet only appeared in two issues in the Thor annual. And then issue 17, first appearance of Stagmire. He is another not very well-known Eternal. Like, he's very much a minor Eternal. He appears in basically the last few issues of this very book. Yeah, and then he's billed to be dead in the third issue of the most recent volume for Eternals. In issue 18, Branford, a minor character, Zaran the Trickster, and a regional Celestial. This is the first appearance of the Dreaming Celestial. Fun fact about the Dreaming Celestial: this is a particular Celestial who was associated with the X-Men. Yeah, he was dreaming in, I think it was Golden Gate Park he was in, and he never woke up. And this particular Celestial was a fixture in X-Men comics from about 2008 to about 2014. He was around for quite some time. He mostly put just basically a character, just a setting piece. He didn't do much of anything. He did play a role. He did play a minor role in the events of the Extermination crossover, where Age of Apocalypse Nightcrawler used him to make a portal to take him back to the Age of Apocalypse universe. Yeah, and he's revealed to be dead in the final issue of the Age of Apocalypse book. Zaga the Trickster is this blue and purple guy. In the final issue of the book, we have the death of Drug. Well, he actually comes back later, don't worry. And the first appearance of the Pyramid of Winds, which after this issue, this thing appears for 2 issues of the next volume, one of the Eternals one-shots, and an issue of just for limited. And what about the annual, might ask? Yes, there was an annual. One annual this book published. And this is sole annual of the entire series. It has first appearance of Trinix, the Mountain Mover, basically a Deviant, and Zarkika. There is version of Jack the Ripper who shows up in this issue. Yeah, and this Jack the Ripper is actually a Deviant. Yep, he is in fact a Deviant. Actually, no, he was a Deviant, but yeah, he didn't really appear much. Aside from this annual, the guy previously appeared in an issue of Thor, Avengers of the Terror, all select comics. At this appears one more issue of Thor, issue of Doctor Strange, Amazing X-Men, and Marvel Comic 1000. But yeah, that's pretty much the first volume for the Eternals. An absolute really fun book. The book itself only published for a couple of short years. From basically April 1976 to basically December of 1976. Basically about 2 years. This book is great. I give this book a 10 out of 10. It's just really good. Next up we have is The Demon. This collects the entire 16-issue volume of The Demon. First issue has the debut of Echiga Demon, Jason Blood's human host, and Keller and the Witch Boy. And at one point, Keller Witch Boy refers to Jason Blood as his uncle, which is something they adapted when he showed up in the Batman animated series. Yes. Keller Witch Boy, despite the fact he's somewhat of a well-known DC suit villain, here he's not, just a supporting character, and surprisingly he appears in all 16 issues. Yeah. I believe the first issue is also first appearance of Morgan Le Fay in DC Universe. Yes, so you got to thank Jack Kirby for creating the... Well, technically, in a way, it's a version of her. But technically, she first started up Batman 36. But this is probably more prop appearance to the character. Yeah. And also first appearance of Merlin the Magician. And apparently, get this, the book is set in Gotham City, but here's the thing. Batman does not appear in this book at all. Nope, he does not. Do not know why. It is weird. As far as I can tell, I do not know the reason why. Mostly put throughout this book, you have just basically just the demon fighting various creatures over the course of the book. I think I count for some issue 1, but I know he showed up in this very book. Yeah, Keller and the Witch Boy. First appearance actually issue number 7. Yes, issue 7 is the debut of this character. Yep. Also first appearance of Tiki, his cat. And when he appeared in issue 7, did he appear... The cat itself only appeared a couple more times after that. But the cat became more prevalent in volume 3 when I think it was... who was writing this book at this point? Was it Garth Ennis? Alan Grant. But what about Keller himself? Well, because I remember he showed up for almost this entire book. Yeah, he actually appeared 2 more times. I think he appeared a little more. I remember he appeared a lot more in this book. But this book is pretty good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Now, some of the characters in this book are sadly no longer alive. You know, at one point that, get this, John Byrne made the Demon like years later in the 90s, he made Etrigan Demon a supporting character of Wonder Woman and had Jason Blood be Helena Sandmark's boyfriend. Yes, seriously. The Demon itself is a really a classic character from DC. People know who Demon is. Yeah, Etrigan Demon, people know who he is. That he's a well-known character. Even thanks to DC anime series, even casual fans know who Demon is. But here's the thing. Despite like, yes, Jack Kirby did create this character. Here's kind of a slight problem with him creating a character. It's not widely publicized that Jack Kirby created him. Yeah, Jack Kirby created New Gods, which that's been well publicized for decades. But Demon, it's not as widely known. Like, if you're a hardcore comic fan, yeah, you know Jack Kirby created basically Demon. Casual fan, they're like, really? Jack Kirby created this character? Cool. Yeah, they were like, that's how they would think, because Jack Kirby is an awesome creator. But that part of the Etrigan Demon, it's not widely known. I mean, yeah, he's known. Kelleran's kind of known per se. Of course, people know who Merlin the Magician and Morgan Le Fay is. As a matter of fact, the version who showed up in the Justice League series with the whole thing of basically, we also have Prince Mordred in the show. The outfit she wore in the show, this comic basically has that debut of that very attire that she would wear. Let me show it off here. Oh, by the way, this whole book is published period of August, September of 1972. And the final issue was released in January of 1974. Now, here's what she looked like. See, you see this outfit here? Like, wait, didn't she wear that in Justice League animated series? She did do that. Yep, she did. But mostly put, basically, we just get, like, how the first two issues is mostly put how the story of how it's basically the backstory that people do know of over the years. The fact that, Camel's under attack, Jason Blood was a knight, Morgan Le Fay was kind of part of it, and Merlin merged Jason Blood with Etrigan Demon, which has been prevalent for years. At some points, basically, now you might be thinking, does Etrigan Demon rhyme in the book? Not at first. Not at first. Does he, when he transforms, does he say the famous catchphrase? Not at first, but later on he does. But these two books are but this book is fantastic. And I'm gonna give it's a bit it's good excitement in this book. I'm gonna give this book, I'm gonna be fair because it's Jack Kirby, 9.75 out of 10. Yep. So yeah, that's a particular view. Next we have a warmer comic corner, and next video will be, well, it could be probably gonna be the new episodes of One Piece, probably, and then it's gonna be comic corners, then Eden Zero. Okay, next video, bye.